inbounds. Last touch by Buzelis.
Still Sixers ball.
44 seconds left in the first quarter. And the three-pointer goes. The Bulls trail by 5. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Smith finds ball. And here's Giddey. He's covered by Oubre. Pass to Buzelis. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
A remarkable defensive play. The replay showing once again the tenacity on that end.
Now, that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
Now here's George. He's got 6. Basket counts. George has got 8.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Smith passes to White. And that time also a missed shot. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers closing out the quarter with a 7. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the 76ers.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. They've got Josh Giddey. Ball is out there with Kobe White. Then it's Buzelis, and it's Smith in at the 5. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Smith with a screen on Oubre. Ball against Drummond. Shot clock at 6. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Buzelis has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And rejected.
When it comes to contesting shots, Buzelis is showing us that he's got great timing.
Ball, a screen on Embiid. Smith into the lane, and he banks in the layup. Smith's got 7 points.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Drives to the hoop. George's shot is off. The Bulls trail by 4. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
Ball, a screen on Drummond. Ball outside. Here's Giddey. That one goes. Count it. Giddey's got his second basket on the night.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Embiid, a screen on Giddey. Here's George. It's blocked. Giddey passes to White. Ball looks over the floor. Over to the wing. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Pure from three-point range. He's got 6.
And with a smooth shot like that, I expect Buzelis to hit a ton of three-pointers during his career.
Giddey against George. Embiid is screen on Giddey. Here's George. There's the block. And that'll be Philadelphia's ball as it goes out of bounds. Sixers able to keep the possession.
Now it's the line of
6 to shoot.
Sixers. Number 20.
Here's McCain. And another miss by Philadelphia.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots. Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Oubre finds Embiid. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his second.
He can be such a physical force. It's so hard to keep Embiid from getting to the free throw line.
And Embiid drops them both.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Giddey against George. Smith with a screen on George. And that one's good. Giddey's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Giddey against George. Here he goes. Uses the glass on the layup.
And you see the creativity George has. Just comfortable operating in screen and rolls and taking what he sees.
Picked by Smith. White, the pass to Smith. And it's all from three-point range. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Outside Oubre. George against Giddey. Here's Embiid. Chicago with a rebound.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
White on the wing. Uncovered. It's hauled in by Oubre. The Sixers trailing. George with it, and it's Giddey picking him up. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
They're such a skilled scorer. When George is looking to attack, it puts pressure on the D.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Maxi's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Chicago with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Giddey passes to White. Knocks it down from distance.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Here's Maxey. Stolen by Ball. Embiid. Got it. Good job in the low post. Embiid's got 8. 5 ticks left in the first half of this game. 2 on the clock. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Paul George with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
George out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2. That's the group for Nick Nurse getting going here in the second half.
And that's the hunger that Embiid plays with. He just gobbles up the miss and goes back up for the score.
And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Maxey, that's good.
Yeah, the passing has only gotten better from Embiid. It adds a huge element to his game.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning the title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning. That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night."
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA right now. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian, is to see which of these young talents becomes true stars, transformative guys. Certainly Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama have already had this great rivalry. Scotty Barnes has become the next big point guard. We see Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero. There's a lot of guys that could be the guy, and it'll be fun to find out who actually develops into that play.
As the torch is passed, who's going to take the mantle? Now here's Smith. He's got 7. Just 5 to shoot. Out to the wing. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Smith's got 9 points. Neither team has been able to assert its dominance over the other.
Yeah, the struggle is real tonight. 7 lead changes and still in the third quarter.
Maxey against Giddey. Floats one up, and it's Maxey missing. Chicago leading. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
George outside. This one for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. 17 points in the game.
Gets the ball and takes the shot. It's that easy for Paul George.
Smith outside. Puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Oubre.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Screen by Embiid. George with it, guarded by Smith. Oh, Embiid punishing the basket.
Yeah, really nice feel from George. Making the correct decision in a 2-man game.
Smith outside. From downtown. Rebound by the 76ers. They've led by as many as 11. Here's George. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Andre Drummond is checked in for Tyrese Maxey. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in this game.
And you got to give Paul George credit for his mental toughness. There's always lots of chatter out there, but he tunes it out and just focuses on his game.
3-pointer, Buzelis. And again, Chicago, no good. The Sixers lead by 7. 2 points. That one goes. George has got 22 points.
They're really settling into a nice rhythm now, starting to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Here's Buzelis. He has 6. The kick out to Ball. And again, Chicago, no good.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
Smith left side to win the run. Oh, George with a steal. And they're on the break. And the jam by George.
Yeah, it seems like George could do this all night. He just keeps finding shots.
Outside Giddey. Ball against Oubre. Pass to Buzelis. The kick out to Ball. From outside the arc. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Nice quick trigger from Ball right there. Good at sizing up the defense and knowing when to shoot off the pass.
Outside Giddey. Another 3 for Chicago.
For 3.
Got it up. He can't get that one to fall. Paul George, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for... And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
Yeah, that's great decision-making, and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for the Bulls, getting the fourth quarter going. Gideon White pair to make the backcourt. Ball is out there with Buzelis, and it's Smith in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's George. Tipped. They get it back. Embiid passes to George. Clock at 4. Pass to Embiid. Up and over Smith. Embiid's shot is good.
Oh, clock dwindling, but it doesn't bother Embiid. Find a shot anytime.
Here's Giddey. And he bangs it home with one hand.
This continues to be a battle. The lead is within reach.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
Now here's George. Pass to Embiid. The 3 is up. Chicago with a rebound. Giddey's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Ball. Here's Giddey. The kick out to Ball. Now here's White. Here's Buzelis. Drummond defending. The 3, Smith. It's hauled in by Oubre. The Sixers lead by 5. George with it. Now guarded by White. It's George with the drive. Deflected! And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Buzelis. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Now here's Embiid. Screen by Embiid. Here's George. That shot off. The Bulls trail by 5. And it's Ball off the drive. And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That'll be a second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Giddey against George. Takes it inside. And it's Giddey missing. For Philadelphia, they've gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the fourth. Embiid is screen on Giddey. George with it. Now guarded by White. Embiid passes to George. White with a steal. Here we go. 1-on-1. Here's Giddey. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. Giddey's got 20 points.
Yeah, that's a great find by White. He's such a clever and deceptive combo guard.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
And it's rejected. And a fast break now for the Bulls. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey.
3 points.
Giddey's got 4 assists now tonight.
Laser focus from White. The moment that pass was headed to him, he was ready.
Here's George. Blocked! And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Smith. George outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Embiid to win the drought. Pass to Drummond. White with a steal. Here we go, 1-on-1. Giddey with it. Guarded now by George. And it's Giddey missing. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. They've led by as many as 11. Drummond finds Embiid. And here's Drummond. George outside. Embiid is screen on Smith. George. Chicago with a rebound.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
Out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia's ball.
Oh, come on. You cannot let that happen in this situation.
And they're set to take control of this game.
It's crucial that they convert here.
Three-pointer. And nails the tray.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
All right, Grant trying to seize control now.
And BA, if they can convert here, they might be able to close the door.
Sinks the tray.
This dude is nails in the clutch. You want your best shot at winning at the end, give the ball to PG.
Pass to Smith. Ball outside. Picked by Smith. Ball passes to Smith. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Now George. So this one belongs to the 76ers. Allie, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now with Grant.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell.
Grant in his bag.
And the crowd's, oh, wow.
He's done it again.
Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way. Wow. Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell.
Grant in his bag.
And the crowd's, oh, wow.
He's done it again.
Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way. Wow. Quick Rampage Jackson.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away.
Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell.
Grant in his bag.
And the crowd's, oh, wow.
He's done it again.
Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way. Wow. Quick Rampage Jackson.
in the trenches, each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
Look at the 76ers starting group. We've got George. Andre Drummond is out there with Kelly Oubre. And there's Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the two-guard spot. Morant outside. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Oubre on the wing. Beyond the arc. George against Morant. Drummond passes to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Defense looks helpless against Embiid on that slam. He's just too physical.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Grizzlies. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Morant against George. Pass to Drummond. Outside for George. Misses the three. And Richard, when it comes to Jaren Jackson, there's a lot to appreciate. My goodness.
I love that he can guard 1 through 5. Really a modern defensive NBA big man. He can go back to the basket or he can face up. He doesn't need the ball to make a huge impact.
And here are the 76ers now. The Grizzlies making the shot. Shot clock at 6. Releases from 15. Second shot opportunity. Embiid. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
76er substitution, number 20.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. George against Morant. He takes it in. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
This is what Morant does so well. No one can stay in front of him.
Oubre, a screen on Morant. Here's George. Softly drops in the floater.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
Morant dishes to Wells. Jackson against Oubre. Jackson kicks to Wells. Shot clock at 5. Here's Morant. Here's Heaney. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. The 76ers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And so he hits the technical free throw. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. Philadelphia able to drain the three. To the inside. Here's Jackson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Ooh, those are some grown man points there by Jackson Jr.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
The 76ers trailing. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
A fantastic shooter from deep. George forces defenders out, and then that just opens up the driving lanes for him.
They set the screen. The kick out to Bain. Here's Jackson. Here he goes. And Embiid pulls it down.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 1. Pass to Wells. Rebound by the 76ers. Left side, George. And the rejection by Jackson. Morant outside. And another miss by Memphis. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And Jaren Jackson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the first.
This team leans on Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defense. It can be a difference maker.
Inside, Oubre with the steal. And now the fast break. Embiid with the ball. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Embiid's got his second bucket tonight.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
It's Morant with the drive. He can't hit. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. 76ers lead. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
And so in the game for the 76ers, Kelly Oubre out there with Embiid. Then it's Paul George. And it's McCain in at the 3.
What a smooth move by Morant off the pick and roll, getting himself some elbow room to take a shot.
Here's George. Grizzlies making the shot. Pass to Embiid. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Memphis trailing here. Morant outside. There's the pick. Here's Edey. Going inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Richard, you've talked a lot about how underrated longevity has been as a factor in measuring some of the all-time great players.
Well, when you think about Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, the only way to achieve greatness in the statistical category is to have longevity. So obviously greatness and longevity coincide.
Shoots from the baseline. Edey can't hit. And for the 76ers, they're shooting the ball at 42%. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And guys, George puts pressure on an opponent at both ends of the court. Lockdown D at one, aggressive to get his own at the other.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Morant. 6 to shoot. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Embiid. After earning the number 2 seed in the 2023 playoffs, Richard, last season was a lost year because of all those injuries and other things in Memphis.
John Morant only played 9 games last year. Desmond Bane missed half the year. Marcus Smart out. The Grizzlies still have a lot of young talent and a very bright future.
Jackson, that's good.
What separates Jaren from other bigs is he's got great confidence in his shot.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly shows.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. Here's McCain. Connects from three-point range. McCain's got 7 points in the game. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
And then Morant slams it in.
Oh, wow. Okay, Ja turning it loose. Someone throw that man some water.
Here's George to the right side. Embiid wide open. Drains the 19-footer. He has 6.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Morant looking around. Here's Edey. It's hauled in by George. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Acting fast, but also not rushing. Embiid fires off that pull-up J at his tempo.
Morant passes to Wells. No good on the triple. The 76ers leading by 3.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Pass to Wells, back to Morant. Here's Edey. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And you see the unselfishness from Morant, wanting to share that ball with any open teammate.
Grizzlies have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And they got to bring the double team on it.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
R.J. Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of, can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind.
Here's Morant. Paul George making his last shot. Pass to Morant. Down low. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Edey can hit. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. A nice shot by George.
And we know George can score from all 3 levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
Here's Edey. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Edey's got 11 points.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
4 seconds left to the wing on the left. Here's McCain. No good on the last second attempt there. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. 76ers ahead, leading by just 1. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
And get ready for the fans on courtside. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Bagley in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And they get it back. Back to George. Pass to Grimes. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. The Grizzlies trail by 4. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
I love seeing George be so assertive down low. Certainly doesn't lack confidence. An accomplished scorer.
Here's Oubre, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And now an 8-point 76ers lead.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Here's Grimes. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
And George drops them both. And you look at the Grizzlies' defense the last few years, RJ extremely disruptive.
Yeah, they've been top of the league in steals and blocks. That's just a part of the DNA in Memphis. It can be exhausting playing against guys like this.
Now, here's George, following the miss by Ja Morant.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The game is certainly going international. Commissioner Adam Silver says, with basketball's exponential growth, it's now truly a global game. We're fortunate that the very best in the world want to play in a single league. And Kevin, the NBA continues to draw talent from all corners of the globe.
And David, you've been all over the globe, and the talent level, undeniable. George. Here's Embiid. That shot is off. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Bagley sends a screen for Morant. Six on the shot clock. To the paint, Paul George with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. That will fall for his 7th bucket, 7 for 15 in this game.
A ferocious player in transition. George takes full advantage of the fast break when given the opportunity. And that's a smart foul there. Instead of giving up the easy deuce, send him to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
And the game Bagley has reminds me a little bit of Chris Bosh, a sweet lefty who plays with force and passion.
Oubre sets the screen for George. The shot's good. George has got the lead up to 12 now for Philadelphia.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Now, here's Bane. Still without a basket. And again, Memphis no good.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take. The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
A kick out to Bane. Morant against George. Now here's Morant. Not a lot of room. Bagley finds Morant. To the middle. Oubre with the steal. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Outside for George. Another shot. The Grizzlies pull it in. Now Wells driving inside.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Morant outside. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a sizable... And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth, we've got Joel Embiid. Paul George is out there with Oubre. And it's McCain in at the small forward. The three from George. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got his fifth rebound right now in the game. From deep. That one falls through. It's his sixth make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
George looking around. Embiid inside.
Come get it, come get it.
Here's Grimes, guarded by Bane. Just 5 to shoot. George passes to Oubre. Shoots over Morant. Now here's Embiid. He's covered closely. Ball's knocked loose. Morant with the steal. Pass to Wells. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Well, so often we see this. Transition buckets off turnovers.
And there's no defense for that. Live ball turnovers, they are the worst.
Drills the three-pointer.
And what a smooth three-point shot. George has worked hard to develop that stroke.
Jackson has the open look. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's George, and there's the drive.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They have found a lot of success in transition, running at every opportunity and getting points before the defense can get set.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
Morant against George. Morant outside. Pass to Edey. Shoots over Embiid. Edey can't hit. The 76ers leading by 14. Embiid with a screen on Morant. And it's blocked. And he keeps control of the ball. Left side, Bane. Jackson setting the pick here for Bane. The open shot from Jackson. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And a versatile offensive talent with a capable jumper. Defenders can't fall asleep when guarding Jackson.
Embiid finds George. Puts up a deep three. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the three.
And that one's good. Morant.
A point guard with length. Morant can do a little bit more than just handle himself inside.
The three from George. Here's McCain. Philadelphia moving the ball around. The 76ers with another miss.
Well, another tin cup moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember.
Morant against George. Embiid with the screen on Morant. George. Out to the wing. Oubre sets the screen for George. Oh, good on the three.
And even though the quarter has been a struggle, it doesn't look like he's lost his confidence. He keeps looking for a shot.
Jackson misses. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option. And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the 76ers.
And it may be a comfortable win for them, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for George.
And he's been a well-oiled machine on offense, keeping things simple on this end, getting the looks that he wanted, knocking them down.
George from deep three-point land misses the deep three-point attempt. Here's Morant. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag, and the crowd's oh wow! Leon has done it again. Dynamite.
Look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way.
Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson. Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag, and the crowd's oh wow! Leon has done it again. Dynamite.
And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way.
Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson. Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag, and the crowd's oh wow! Leon has done it again. Dynamite.
And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way.
Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson. Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is... Oh, wow.
Ray Allen has done it again.
Dynamite.
And Clark, for these two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively, too.
A look at the 76ers starting group. They've got Joel Embiid, Kelly Oubre out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's George, and it's Grimes in at the 2.
It's like running into an immovable object. Gobert setting that pick nicely.
DiVincenzo against George. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Got a piece of it. To the inside, Gobert. The second effort. And the layup is up and in.
This is Gobert's comfort zone, using his size to capitalize down there.
Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And yeah, they're excited, and for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for.
And there's the foul. It's on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul.
Sometimes it's just better to give up the rebound instead of fighting through the guy. Yeah, I agree, and you've got to have a sense of when you're not going to be able to get to the ball. That just wasn't a smart foul.
Drummond with the screen. George. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
Really difficult to contain Paul George in these pick and roll sets because of his speed. I mean, that's one element that gives him a great advantage. He's really good at making decisions in tight spaces and in these pick and roll situations.
And Minnesota with possession here. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Edwards, no good. George against DiVincenzo. And the jam by George.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Now here's Edwards. Gobert passes to Edwards. Off target from outside. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Embiid, a screen on Edwards. For 3, George. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Exactly how you want to run the break. Great execution by Edwards.
McDaniels against George. McDaniels with some nice D. All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency rebounding the ball.
Yeah, averaging double digits pretty much every season, B.A., and that helps them in the battle of possessions, obviously. And it also helps them control pace. You've got a guy who eats glass like that and defends at a high level. You got something real good for yourself. Boy, what a throwdown by the well-built 6'9" Julius Randle with power.
Embiid, a screen on McDaniels. For 3, George. Another shot. And the layup is good by Drummond.
That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
George against DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And we all know how explosive Edwards can be, reminding us there with that thunderous slam.
Embiid, a screen on McDaniels. For three, George drills it from deep. George has got 9.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Timberwolves have gotten 50% of their shots to fall so far. They're 5 of 10. DiVincenzo, the pass to Edwards. To the paint. It's Edwards on the wing. Back to Gobert. Out to DiVincenzo. Fires the 3. Knocks down the long J.
Well, you know, that last 3 got DiVincenzo fired up now. He had to respond. He goes to the arc to shoot back. Oh, man. What a punch that was.
Bad intentions.
Got to have some guts and guile to take it to the bucket strong despite the big fella standing in the way.
And he makes it. 6 points for him.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
Embiid, a screen on McDaniels. George passes to Embiid. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
Boy, George is an outstanding player. Actually, one of the very best in the league. In these screen and roll sets, he knows exactly what to do.
Gobert with a screen on George. DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. Tie game in Minnesota. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Timberwolves?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude. Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
So on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter, they've got Andre Drummond. He's out there with Kelly Oubre. Joel Embiid is out there with Paul George. And it's Grimes in at the 2. Chalk up 2 there.
Trading the lead back and forth. Neither side is willing to back down. Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Embiid, a screen on Randall. Here's George. Randall pulls down the board.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
Well, Clark, every player should know their leash with the officials.
Very much so, but I think most players should keep their mouths shut. There's too much yakking at officials.
Oh! Edwards with the highlight reel jam.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness, Anthony Edwards. Throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
Here's George into the lane. Pass to DiVincenzo. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction. And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
George passes to Embiid. And no good, trying to use the glass. Minnesota leading by 7. And Randall the bucket on the assist by DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got his 5th assist in this one. Drummond, the screen on McDaniels. The 3, George. Offensive board. And the jam by Drummond.
Hey, if you don't box out Drummond, this happens. He's an exceptional offensive rebounder who can hurt you big time with the putbacks.
DiVincenzo, pass to Gobert. Excellent D there from Embiid.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
For Minnesota, they've gotten 5 of their first 6 attempts to fall in the second. To the middle. Gobert passes to DiVincenzo. Gobert with a screen on Oubre. Back to Gobert. It's stolen by Drummond. Embiid against McDaniels. Kicks it to George. The 3. Nails it from 3. George has got 15.
Nice rhythm to that play right there, and George was ready to fire.
Clark, one of the league's premier scorers. Embiid does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
I tell you, for a guy as big as he is, I just marvel at his touch, his footwork, and the fact that he scores at all three levels. He scores at the rim, mid-range, he's dangerous, and then the three-point shot is one that he can knock down with decent regularity. So at his size, most would like to see him attack the rim more, but I still marvel at his versatility as a scorer. Hey, why settle for the layup when you can dunk it? DiVincenzo put in on a show on that drive.
The floater. Here's Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points.
A lot of bounce ability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
DiVincenzo pass to Gobert, and Joel Embiid pulls it down. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. Trailing by 4, can't connect from short range. The Timberwolves have gotten an impressive 6 of 8 shots to fall in the second. Randall finds DiVincenzo. Randall against Drummond. Randall, the pass to DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Randall can't hit. 76ers trail by 4. For 3, George. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, DiVincenzo. Edwards looking it over. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break, ready for the third quarter. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Paul George with a strong contribution so far in this one.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it. And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at point guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Outside Edwards. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch him, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Kobe Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ did, and he got pretty close to matching it. Rocketing right off the floor, explosive jam by McDaniels.
McDaniels against George. Here's Embiid. With a block. They retain possession. Here's Grimes. No points yet with the drive. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up. He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
George against McDaniels. Down low. Kicks it to George. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
We've seen more than a few miscues from them tonight. And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Here's Edwards. They swipe it. And it goes out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Last touch by Oubre. Now here's Edwards. Defense right on him. Reed sets a screen. Edwards, a pass to Reed. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Shot clock at 5. Here's George. And the 76ers get it back. 4-3. That one no good. Minnesota leading by 8. Outside, DiVincenzo. Outside Reed. Left side McDaniels. Let's go with a 3. And the call over the back.
A terrific box out that draws the over-the-back call. Yeah, there are a lot of things that go into rebounding, guys. You need strength, you need positioning, but I think timing and a nose for the ball is most important. And I think you're right. That's what got him that call, his physicality and strength.
Maxey, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Here we go, the Sixers on the break. Here's George. And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. This will be his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Paul George, one of the most versatile and dynamic players in the league. I mean, he does a lot for his team offensively and defensively, which I think frees up the other guys to do their thing.
Randall, left side. And it's Randall with the jam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake. Got his man all tangled up. I mean, serious crossover. That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him. A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Maxey, that's good.
Big-time answer by Maxey. Boy, was he dialed in there.
Minnesota leading by 4. A minute 6 left in the 3rd quarter.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Oubre, a screen on Randall. Maxey. Yep, count it. Maxey's got 8 here in this quarter.
When Maxey has the ball, you got to keep him from getting downhill, or he's just going to take those points.
43 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for DiVincenzo. And Minnesota with possession here. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Alexander Walker. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Maxey. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge. Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
It's Edwards on the wing. Six to shoot. Here's Edwards cutting inside. Here's Reed. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Up in time. Shot misses. Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. 8 points in the quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display. Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. And the 76ers, looking at who they've got. Kelly Oubre out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Paul George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2 guard. Now Embiid. Nice D from Reed. Minnesota leading by 4. Here's Edwards. Pass to Randall. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's going to go on Tyrese Maxey. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
Yeah, you know, the defense just hasn't been able to keep up with them in this one. The transition game, as a result of good defense, has been very strong.
And this is just typical of him, always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Edwards, a pass to Randall. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
Randall's got an unorthodox game, but he's got a good, strong upper body, which makes him a very consistent scorer inside.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th. Minnesota leading by 7. Left side, McDaniels. Pass to Reed. Shot clock at 6. Inside. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
Got it in deep, and that's how you do it.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Randall, the pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
And there's the lob. And it's Randall with the jam.
Just another way Randall can beat you. Good hands for the catch and finish at the rim.
Pass to Embiid. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Randall, the pass to Reed. Back to Randall. Shoots over George. And it's Randall with the jam.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
There's a screen for 3. Maxey. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside Edwards. McDaniels passes to Randall. Outside Edwards. Goes up from the top of the key. And Joel Embiid pulls it down.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Maxey, that's good.
The unbridled confidence of Maxey at the arc, you can see it and feel it. He knows how good he is.
Edwards with it, guarded now by Maxey. Edwards muscles it inside. Wow.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Timberwolves.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, BA, you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And what a huge performance it was for Julius Randle.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
Here's Randle. The bank shot, no good. So it's Philadelphia now. 9-point game. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Alexander Walker. So it's Minnesota picking up the win. A competitive game. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Clark Kelly.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd's, oh, wow. Reality's done it again. Dynamite.
And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way.
It is all! Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson! Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd's, oh, wow. Reality's done it again. Dynamite.
And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way.
It is all! Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson! Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd's, oh, wow. Reality's done it again. Dynamite.
And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way.
It is all! Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson! Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag. And the crowd's, oh, wow. Reality's done it again. Dynamite.
And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this
It's all! Wow! Quentin Rampage Jackson! Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. With the arm of the
Features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. The forwards for them, Bain and Jackson. Morant is out there with Wells, and it's Edey in at the 5. Roman the paint. Out to White. Clock at 6. Here's Buzelis. And the rejection by Jackson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And here are the Grizzlies now. There's the screen. Morant with it. And it's Buzelis picking him up. Morant drives in. Here's Edey. Good. And the nice assist from Morant.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
So Stan, the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bain, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future.
And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Billy Donovan gave me a few minutes. Of course, Ja Morant's named first and foremost, so I asked him about the strategy. He said try to plug every defensive hole we see. I know if we give Morant any space, he'll try and slice right through us, so we can't have any cracks in the armor. A tall order for the defense against the unstoppable Morant. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And the Grizzlies with possession here. The Bulls getting their last shot to go. Yep, it counts.
Quick thinking from Jackson. When he's rising and firing fast, you know he's in the zone.
Giddey kicks to White. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Here's Edey. A three-pointer off the mark. The Bulls have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Bain with the steal. Jackson passes to Morant.
And it's hard to pick a more electrifying player in the league than Ja Morant. He explodes off the floor.
You can see, and Coach, you can feel Ja Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Pass to Buzelis. Ball, a screen on Jackson. Outside, Ball. It's good from long range.
And no doubt the release point is a bit unorthodox in terms of Ball's shooting technique, but man, can he slingshot it home from deep.
Here's Edey. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there? It just gets to the rack really easy.
Pass to Giddey. We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter of the game. Smith kicks to Giddey. They get it back. Buzelis with the ball. Jackson on him. 6 to shoot. Here's Buzelis. A three-pointer, no good. Now here's Wells. Giddey defending. Bain against Ball. Here's Jackson. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Jackson's got his second bucket of the game to go. Ball against Bain. Smith sets the pick for Ball. Smith inside. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Pass to Edey. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Edey can't hit. Now Giddey. Smith outside. Buzelis, no one around him. It's good. This game is all even.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we wrap. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
So on the floor for Memphis. The forwards for him, Bain and Jackson. Wells is out there with John Morant. And it's Edey in at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here's Bain. And the shot by Wells, no good. Ball against Bain. Pass to Buzelis. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Buzelis has got the lead up to 3 now for the Bulls. Here's Morant. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And, you know, we talk so much about Morant's athleticism, but his feel for the game equally as effective.
Here's Buzelis. 6 points for him. Smith sets the pick for Buzelis. On the wing, Giddey. Out to White. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Smith sets the pick for Giddey. Pass the ball. The 3. Another 3 for Chicago. All right, Stan. Hypothetical situation. Down 1. Shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
He never was, and he's so smart. in addition to being as talented as he was.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
Chicago leading by 4. Here's Ball. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now, here's Bain. He has yet to score.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
It's White on the wing. Here's Smith. The Grizzlies pull it in. And staying a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group. But it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
Here's Ball. Grizzlies making the shot. Pass to Giddey. Mells with the steal. Jackson with it. And it's Buzelis picking him up. Ball against Bain. Morant scanning the floor. 4 on the clock. That's tipped.
Making good use of his length. Buzelis able to track down the block that time.
Deep 2 from Ball. And again, Chicago. No good. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Morant finds Jackson. Rell's wide open. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And the Grizzlies lead by 1.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Here's Giddey. Smith sets the pick for Giddey. Driving in. Lays it up off the glass. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Morant drives in.
Absolutely fearless. Morant willing to put his body on the line in order to make plays.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. And he makes the first. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Edey. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Well, they had a chance for the lead right there, but we're all evened up.
2 points. That one goes. Giddey's got 6.
And you can see the passing ability at his size. Buzelis is all for getting it to his open teammate.
Now here's Wells. Guarded closely. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Ball, a screen on Bagley. Down low. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Desmond Bain.
Yeah, way to play an attack mode and get to the line.
Ball hits them both. With 4 seconds on the clock, and Morant will lay it in. Morant's got it all tied up now for Memphis.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
It's all tied in Chicago. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break, with the 3rd quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. The guard set is Giddey and White. Buzelis out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Smith in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And you're just asking to get burned when you give Morant a lane, using that speed to his advantage.
Now here's Giddey. Ball with a wide open look. No good from outside. Bane against White. Now here's Bane. D right on him. Out to the right wing. Memphis moving it around. Jackson misses. The Bulls trailing. After back-to-back 50-win seasons, Dan, last season was frustrating for the Memphis Grizzlies in almost every way.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. They went 27 and 55. Due to suspension and injuries, they only got 9 games from their star, Ja Morant. But they still have a lot of young talent and still a team that can be very competitive in the future.
Now here's White. Back to Giddey. Shoots over Morant. Giddey, no good.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
White against Bane. Left side Jackson. It's Morant in the corner. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. You know, Stan, it sometimes seems that coaches get themselves ejected on purpose to fire up their team. Am I on the right track there or not?
Well, Kevin, certainly it happens with some guys. There have certainly been guys, Jerry Sloan, Don Nelson, who would do some of that.
How about you? How about you?
Now, Kevin, you know me. All I've always ever tried to do was help the referees because we all just want to get to the right call, and I could help them in that.
You did all the time.
As much as I could, but they were not receptive.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Smith's got 5 points so far.
And just running the offense, White's that new breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
Jackson in the corner. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Bulls have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Smith with a screen on Bane from 17 feet out. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. White, good.
Laser focus from White. The moment that pass was headed to him, he was ready.
To the left side wing. Well, good. And the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
Now here's Jackson. Tight defense on him. Over to the wing. Morant against White. A kick out to Bane. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Out to White from outside the arc. Bagley with the rebound. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Pass to Bane. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Fires from way outside. It's rebounded by Memphis. Bagley's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works for the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
And so here is Chicago, following the miss by Ja Morant. White against Bagley. Outside Jackson. Bane with the screen on Smith. Jackson passes to Bane. Back to Jackson. And again, Memphis no good.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Smith for three. Grizzlies with the rebound. Morant drives in. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain position here. 17 seconds left in the third. And he gets it back. The kick out to Bain. Shot clock at 6. With the drive, here's Bagley. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And the Grizzlies lead by 6.
Well, that's taking full advantage of the opening. The defense probably willing to give him that one, but I like that he's capitalizing on it.
And so it... And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. The forwards for him, Bain and Jackson. Ja Morant, he's out there with Wells, and it's Bagley in at the center position. Now here's Wells. Drives to the hoop. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Takes the three. Ja Morant with the rebound.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Good work defensively by Smith.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
White, good.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. The drive by Bagley. Pass to Jackson. Out to Morant. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. Back to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bulls trail by 3. Right side, Ball. Back to Giddey. To tie it up. Here's Smith. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooting. And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
Well, their shot block. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And you also have to applaud how they've been able to create turnovers and then convert those on the offensive end.
You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being fair to yourself.
Billy was a great college player, and I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer, back-to-back national titles in college, and then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. So it's Chicago now, following the score by Memphis. Pass to Buzelis. And the rejection by Jackson. On the wing, Bain. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the defender all over.
And he knocks down the first one. And Memphis making a change here. Edey's checked in, and Bain drops them both.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
For three, Smith. And again, no good by Chicago.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Obviously, Morant has found his flow here, finding plenty of ways to create for himself.
Here's Giddey. Will it go? Smith, no good.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
Bulls trail by 11. Pass to Buzelis. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Bagley. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Out left to the wing. Here's Buzelis. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. And that's 13 points for Buzelis. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Bagley in the post. Working on Smith. Now here's Bain. He's covered by Ball. And finished off by Bagley.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Grizzlies.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Ja Morant.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
Now Ball. Following the miss by Ja Morant from deep. Smith the pass to Ball. Great D that time from Bain. And here are the Grizzlies now. They're on a 12-3 run. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Edey. It's Morant in the corner. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And now a 12-point Memphis lead.
And how about the persistence on the backboard? Love how hard Bagley works on the offensive glass. Wants to outwork everybody.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Ja.
All right, DA, thanks again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So now
Ball clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag, and the crowd is wow! Reality's done it again. Dynamite.
Look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way.
Wow! Brett Rampage Jackson. Ball clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer. Vince has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is... Oh, wow. Ray Allen has done it again. Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow. Quick Rampage Jackson. Ball clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the fake, the reverse, and the foul. Doncic pulls up, three-pointer. Vince has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag, and the crowd is... Oh, wow. Ray Allen has done it again. Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson.
Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, BA. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
And a look at Minnesota's opening lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot. Now here's Smith. Picked by Smith. White with it. And it's Gobert picking him up. Clock at 6. White can't hit. And here are the Timberwolves. Left side, Edwards. Buzelis grabs the board. White on the wing. From outside, off the mark. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball. Here's White, and it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And BA, you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
Now here's Giddey. There's Ball with a 3. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey.
Nice quick trigger from Ball right there. Good at sizing up the defense and knowing when to shoot off the pass.
Pass to Gobert. Now McDaniels. Back to Gobert. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. Giddey with it. Back to Smith. Fires for 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
Yeah, Jalen Smith wants to stretch the floor. He's got a sweet shot.
To the middle. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
So long, so athletic. Rudy Gobert with a big-time dunk.
Pass to Buzelis. Shoots over Randle. And it's Buzelis that time on the assist from Giddey.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Billy Donovan had a few moments to share with me. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said, he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Shot clock at 2. And here's Gobert from the arc. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Chicago's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. And he gets that one.
Boy, it looked like the defense was perfectly positioned. Outstanding contest. And Josh Giddey says, I don't care. I'm scoring anyway.
It's Edwards on the wing. And Edwards slams it in.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Here's Smith. The kick out to White. Back to Smith.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Over to the left wing. It's rebounded by Minnesota. We've got 1:48 left in the opening quarter. Out to DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. Pass to Gobert. Randall outside. Fires from deep. Second chance effort. Gobert gets the bucket. Gobert's got his second basket of the game.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert's going to be terrific on the glass.
Giddey finds Smith. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Timberwolves trail by 4.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Now here's Smith. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 5. White with the steal. And stolen by Gobert. Outside Edwards. Over White. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Gobert has a thin frame, but make no mistake, he is physical and he relishes contact.
White for 3. Counted from distance.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
And here's Edwards outside. And that's not gonna go. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Chicago ahead. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Chicago.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position.
Absolute power from Rudy Gobert. Terrific, out-muscling the defense.
There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Now here's Giddey. Smith finds Giddey. Now White. 11 feet out. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got his 4th assist in this one. And here's Randle. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Gobert. And it's blocked.
Boy, nice job by Smith. Gets a piece of the ball without committing the foul.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Randle with the drive. McDaniels from long range. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 4 rebounds now. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
Outside McDaniels. Randall, left side. They need this. Buzelis grabs the board.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Here's the pick to the inside. And he slams it in one-handed.
And they're building on their lead, doing whatever they can to blow this game open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 5. Out to DiVincenzo. Hits the trifecta.
How about Gobert with the find? On time and on target. Nicely done, Rudy.
Pass to Buzelis. To the paint. Here's Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
Here's Randall. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. You know, part of what makes Julius Randle so effective is that spin move, Doris.
He does like to use that on the interior against taller players to get enough separation. But the number of finishing moves that guy has off the spin, it is really an effective tool.
Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker comes in for DiVincenzo. He does not get the second one, and it's the Bulls' ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Giddey passes to Smith. Here's Buzelis.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Back to Smith. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Smith's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, that's a high percentage look by Jalen Smith. Exactly what you want your big man to create.
And there's a 3-second violation.
You have to limit mistakes. They're so tough to overcome.
These are the kinds of plays that can be game changers, that can make you hang your head.
And that's how you defend. He wasn't showing any mercy with that swat.
Oh, showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sends shockwaves into the opposition sails.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the slam dunk is arguably pro basketball's signature play. And forward Nicholas Batum said growing up, you have so much joy in dunking. You're one of the few people in the world that can. But Father Time marches on, and like most vets, he's come to grips with the reality. He said, my body told me, no more, bro.
Well, leave that to the youngsters now, right? All right, Allie, thanks. Now here's Smith. 7 points in the game, 5 on the clock. White for 3. Reed with the rebound.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Ball against Edwards. Reed a screen on ball. Edwards a pass to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. To the left side wing. Randall against Giddey. Reed for 3. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Giddey's got 4 rebounds in the game. Beyond the arc. Smith no good. Timberwolves trail by 6. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Edwards a pass to Reed. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Yeah, just continuing to unlock his game. If Edwards adds the playmaking component, watch out.
Here's Smith. Down low. Here's Ball. Throws it down. And the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. Nickeil Alexander-Walker picks one up. This will be his 3rd free throw of the game. Right side, Alexander Walker. Ooh, stolen by Smith. And hold up. We're not going to halftime just yet. The officials signaling that they are going to take a look at this replay.
And, of course, they want to make sure. Not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
And they've gotten enough looks at it. The basket will not count. The quarter ended before he got it off.
That was a great idea to give it a second glance. The replay system is available, so you've got to utilize it.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. We'll be right back. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Rudy Gobert really making a difference here.
He has come out energized, and as a result, he's been crushing it offensively.
Boy, he's been aggressive looking for his shot. Remarkable effort on the offensive end in that first half.
Gideon White pair to make the backcourt. Lonzo Ball is out there with Buzelis. And it's Smith in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Pass the ball. Here's Buzelis. He has 6. Outside Giddey. Here's Buzelis. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Reed's got 4 rebounds now. And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Grant.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
Pass to Buzelis. And there's the screen. Here's Smith. That one off the back iron and out. Timberwolves trail by 10. It's Edwards on the wing. He's guarded by White. Randall. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
I love the throwback basketball. Work it down low and set up your teammate.
And it's Giddey off the drive. An open look for Smith. This shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got 6 assists now in the game.
Guys, there is no doubting the passing ability of Josh Giddey. Pretty look.
Now here's Edwards. Give him 8 points now. Buzelis grabs the board. Chicago leading by 10. Outside Giddey. Outside White. Pass to Buzelis. The kick out to White. The 3. On target from range. White's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Randall outside. Out left to the wing. Reed finds Randall. Back to Reed. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That's on Jalen Smith.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
And Naz Reid has proven to be a matchup nightmare for opposing big men, Doris.
He has, B.A., and the reason is he's bigger and stronger than most 4 men. Traditional 5s are too slow to stay with him. He can space you out to the 3-point line, or he can punish you on the inside. Naz has got big-time game.
And it's Giddey missing. Timberwolves trail by 11. Here's McDaniels. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now here's Giddey. The ball's knocked loose. Randall with a steal. Randall a screen on Giddey. His first shot attempt. Reed passes to McDaniels. Randall a screen on Giddey. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Randall with a steal. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Giddy.
Well, there's a certain edge that Julius Randle plays with that allows him to draw contact.
Julius Randle taking 2 shots.
And Randle drops them both. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Smith right side. No good from outside. Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside, Alexander Walker. Ball with a steal. White for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Outside Edwards. Reed to screen on Ball. Outside Reed. Pass to Randle. Now here's McDaniels. He's guarded by White. Randle on the screen. Here's McDaniels. And that one drops for him.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Giddy against McDaniels. Here's Buzelis. The kick out to White. Pass to Buzelis. And he can't stop the run as that one misses.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Edwards, the pass to McDaniels. Outside, Alexander Walker. Now Randle. The kick out to Edwards. 4 on the clock. Alexander Walker, the pass to Randle. That one drops for him. Randle's gotten 4 this quarter.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regroup. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run.
The third quarter comes to a close. Bulls out in front, up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 1. White looking it over. Pass the ball to the wing on the left. The Bulls need to get off a shot. And it's Giddy missing. Timberwolves trail by 4. McDaniels passes to Edwards. Reed to screen on Ball. Outside Reed from the arc. Drains the triple.
The unselfish play by Anthony Edwards. Teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
Outside Giddy. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. Here's Edwards. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. And for Chicago, they're shooting the ball at 46% from the floor. Giddy finds White. They set the pick to the left wing. Here's Buzelis. 4 on the clock. Pass to Smith. Jacks up a 3. Minnesota with a rebound. Randle's got 5 rebounds in the game. Outside Edwards. Now Alexander Walker. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed. Coming down the stretch. We'll see if someone can capture the lead and hold it.
Yeah, that's been an issue. 5 lead exchanges tonight.
Smith against Randle. To the right side. Outside Giddy. Smith in the high post. Puts it up from 17. And again, no good by Chicago.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one on Giddey.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Timberwolves.
Just a great job running the floor in transition. Now, he realized they were tiring out the defense early, and they took full advantage.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
A mistake by the defense. You can't let Ball's teammates get open because he will find them.
Minnesota has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. White against Edwards. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Pass to Smith. They set the pick. Here's Buzelis. Smith with it. 3-pointer. He drops it from range. And it's a 4-point Chicago lead.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Randall, right side. Back to Edwards. Looking to end this cold spell. Smith with the rebound. Bulls leading by 4. Ball with it. Now guarded by McDaniels. Ball, a screen on Randall. Pass to Ball. Shoots from the baseline. A kick out to White. And here's Giddey. Lets the 3 fly. Alexander Walker grabs the board. It's Edwards on the wing. Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
He wants the ball, has a flair for the dramatic, unfazed in big situations.
Giddey against McDaniels. Pass to Smith. Outside Giddey. Smith with a screen on McDaniels. 5 to shoot. From deep. Smith no good.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Here's White. He takes it in. Money.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
White against Edwards. Reed, a screen on White. Edwards, a pass to Reed. Randall outside. Back to Reed. Here's the 3. Here's McDaniels. Oh, he nails it!
Late here in the quarter, they still have a foul to give.
Giddey against McDaniels. Pass to Buzelis. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it.
How big might this sort of mistake play out? You never know, but sometimes these are game changers.
And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt about it.
Just a fantastic.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian A.
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the thing, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, 3-pointer.
Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Grant in his bag, and the crowd is. Oh, wow!